Ray Bureau back at Trinity Baptist College. Dean Bureau, our cameraman, as we're getting ready for game number 2 of this Saturday afternoon doubleheader and the third and final game of the 3-game series between the TBC Eagles and the Voorhees College Tigers. Trinity Baptist won the first 2 ball games last night, a 16-4 win, and in the doubleheader opener earlier today, Trinity Baptist won it 8-2. Jacob Burr, 6 innings in picking up the win for Coach John Copeland and the Eagles. Right now you are looking at Austin Hillier taking his warm-up tosses. He is the starting pitcher in game number 2. He'll see many of the same men that the Tigers have played in the first 2 ball games, with a couple of changes at the bottom of the batting order. Terrell Dent playing second base in game number 2, batting first. Mario Sumter is the pitcher/DH, batting second. Eugene Farrell in left. Jameezy McNeil, the catcher, doing both ends of the doubleheader. We'll give you a little bit more after this first pitch from Austin Hillier, which is outside for ball 1. Rodney Goldsmith bats 5th. He's playing center. Aquilar James at third base, batting 6th. Henry Adam Brower, the shortstop, will bat 7th. Here's the 1-0 pitch in there for a strike. 2 new men that we haven't seen yet in this series. Harvey Smith playing first base. He will bat 8th. And Jesus Morel in right, batting 9th. The 1-1 from Hillier is on the outside corner for strike 2. Brian Lopez is not in uniform for game 2. Remember, he and Carlos Sanchez collided in the 5th inning of game 1. So no Lopez here in game number 2. This ball in the dirt, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So the defensive alignment is Sanchez in left, Christian Amlong in center, Christian Draper getting the start in right, and we'll tell you more in just a moment. The 2-2 from Hillier. Hard ground ball toward Macadon, who's been terrific at second base today, and that is out number 1. Macadon, game 1's player of the game, both defensively and offensively. He's at second base. The third baseman, Michael Camacho. Mark Rogers at short. Austin Lave Fry playing first base. Daniel Burnsed behind the plate. The battery mate of Austin Hillier for game number 2 of today and number 3 of the series. Here is Sumter, who's had a good series himself. He's going to pitch in just a little bit, and he takes the first pitch down low. Sumter scored a run and drove one in the first inning earlier today, 1 for 3. Also scored twice in last night's ball game. 1 ball, no strikes. Hillier winds and delivers and gets the swinging strike 1. So game 2 underway. The last time this year these 2 teams will meet. Trinity Baptist has won 5 of the 6 meetings so far. 3 out of 4 at Voorhees and 2 in a row here at Trinity Ball-Yard, and strike 2 is on the outside corner. Sumter did not like the call, and I'll bet he's hoping he gets the same strike zone when he takes the mound in the bottom of the first. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hillier takes a long look in and winds and delivers. And a high fly ball just behind the infield. 3 men giving chase. It'll be the shortstop, Mark Rogers, and that is out number 2. Boy, the temperatures have really warmed up here this afternoon. Game 1 started around 81 degrees. We're a few degrees higher now with no wind blowing at all and still some clouds overhead, but the sun is peeking through those clouds and giving us a lot of sunshine on the field. Here is Eugene Farrell, the left fielder. First pitch from Hillier, showed bunt, pulled it back, and took ball 1. Farrell, nothing out of 3 earlier today. Has nobody on and 2 out. And Hillier delivers the 1-0. He drops down the bunt. Camacho has a play to first, but it is not in time, and that is a bunt single for Eugene Farrell. And the Tigers have a 2-out base runner. Excellent bunt. Camacho did everything he could. Made a good throw, just a little bit late. After this doubleheader ends, Voorhees College will host Morris College on April 9th. That's a doubleheader that begins at 1 p.m. That is this Tuesday afternoon. And then at Stillman College in Tuscaloosa, Alabama on the 19th. Curveball outside from Hillier. That's ball 1. Tigers then go to Piedmont International University for 2 in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, April 19th. And we'll finish off their schedule in just a moment. Throw over to first. Voorhees will then host Selma University on April 23rd at 1 p.m. for 2, and then finish up with 2 consecutive doubleheaders at Selma, April 27th and 28th. That fastball misses high, and the batter, Jamezi McNeil, at the plate. McNeil 1 for 3 earlier today. He has shown off a terrific arm from behind the plate. Threw out a couple of base runners last night and 1 more today. There's a strike right down the middle. 2 balls and a strike. We're looking at Voorhees.edu/athletics for that schedule for the Voorhees Tigers. Finish up the Eagles schedule. We get another opportunity a little later. Hillier throws over to first. He's picked off a few men this year. Runner back in time. 2 outs, 2 balls, and a strike to Jamezi McNeil. A long look in, now the pitch, and a ground ball headed toward the middle, but Rogers will cut it off and step on the bag and retire the side. 6 unassisted. A base hit of the infield variety, a bunt by Farrell. Nothing else for the Tigers in the first. The Eagles coming to bat, no score. Bottom of the first. That was the first time in this series that Voorhees did not cross the plate in the first inning. Both last night and in game 1 today, they scored twice in their first at bat. Austin Hillier allowed a bunt single, but nothing else. Here's a batting order for Trinity Baptist in the final game of the series. Christian Draper will lead off. He's in right. Christian Amlong in center. Carlos Sanchez plays left. The middle third of the batting order is David Cavedo, the DH, Nick Macadon at second base, Michael Camacho at third, and 7, 8, and 9 are Austin Fry, Mark Rogers, and Daniel Burnsett. They will face southpaw Mario Sumter. According to the DAC stats page for Voorhees, Sumter has an ERA of 1.29, no wins and a loss on the season. And he is going to face, right now, a red-hot Trinity Baptist College Eagles lineup. We've seen Sumter on the base paths. He is the pitcher/DH, and for those who may not know, I've said this a few times for our Trinity viewers, by labeling the man as both pitcher and DH, it allows the gentleman to stay in the batting order if and when he comes off the mound. So that's the reason why in NAIA and NCCAA, these two teams are, you'll often see pitcher/DH on the batting order. Christian Draper made his return to the lineup late in game 1 earlier today. His only plate appearance, though, he was hit by a pitch. Now a chance to lead off for Coach John Copeland in his 5th season here at Trinity Baptist College. Great to see Mr. Robert Herrera in person, the father of Eagles pitcher Buster, and the first pitch fastball misses up and away. Mr. Robert Herrera always lets us know he's watching on YouTube from Fort Myers. In attendance here, got a chance to say hi to him a few minutes ago. What a nice gentleman. He and his son, Robert Herrera, Buster, they call him, both two wonderful gentlemen. A ball and a strike to Christian Draper, and the pitch on the way is a fastball that misses high. Sumter nearly lost his footing after delivering the pitch. Like those bright fluorescent green shoes that Sumter has worn throughout the series. 2 balls and a strike, and the pitch is a breaking ball that catches the inside corner. Umpires have switched positions. New man behind the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I don't know the gentleman's names, but here's a 2-2, and fastball up and away fills up the count. So if nothing else, Draper made Sumter work in the first at-bat of the ball game. Little cloud cover now. Still very pleasant out here on this Saturday afternoon. Warm, but not too much. Last night we had the game in the low 70s the entire night, and it was beautiful out here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and a pitch. Ball 4 is low and inside, so Christian Draper aboard for the 2nd time in as many plate appearances. Neither one official, however. And the Eagles have a base runner with nobody out. Christian Amlog playing center field in place of Brian Lopez. He's hit the ball hard throughout the entire series so far. Walk and a run scored and a base hit earlier today, and he takes the first pitch outside. 1 out of 3 with that run scored. Even his outs have been well struck. Nice lead off first by Draper, and the pitch is a breaking ball and a beautiful curveball from Sumter. 1 ball, 1 strike. Only 2 more full weekends here at Trinity Ball Yard. We'll tell you about those in just a moment. The 1-1 is lifted, foul, and out of play to the right. Next Friday night and Saturday afternoon, the Eagles will play Toccoa Falls College, a fellow NCCAA member. That'll be a South Region matchup between Coach Copeland and his former assistant, Jeff Mulliken. Here's the 1-2, and a curveball misses up and away. That is next Friday and Saturday, April 12th and 13th. Then 1 weekend later, another Friday, Saturday 3-game set, this time against the Conquistadors of Florida National University. They were here to start the season a couple of months ago. They make the return to Jacksonville. And we'll tell you about the final series in a moment. This fastball misses up and away. Edward Waters College will be here at Trinity Ball Yard on Friday, April 26th. That's senior night for Brian Lopez. And Saturday afternoon, the Eagles are at Ed Waters home ballpark, J.P. Small Memorial Park in downtown Jacksonville to finish off the regular season. Ball 4 puts runners at first and second. Amlog draws the pass. Both batters ran the count full and then took ball 4. Carlos Sanchez up there with 2 men aboard and nobody out. Sanchez had an RBI base hit in the 6th inning earlier today, also walked and scored in the 3rd. Busy man at the plate this afternoon. 2 on, nobody out. Ground ball into left field. That's a base hit. Draper will round 3rd. There may be a play at the plate. No, instead the throw goes to 3rd and gets away. Draper scores. Amlog into 3rd and Sanchez into 2nd on the overthrow. Count that, an RBI single for Carlos Sanchez. Draper never stopped running. He scores, but on the play, Amlog goes 1st and 3rd on the throwing error from left fielder Eugene Farrell, and Sanchez follows into 2nd. So David Quevedo at the plate, 1 run in, 2 men in scoring position, nobody out. First pitch got away from McNeil, but not far enough for an advance. So a run in, Eagles lead 1-0. And Quevedo has a chance to make it 2 or possibly 3. Sumter winds with runners at 2nd and 3rd and delivers a fastball up and in. So 2 balls, no strikes. Corner infielders in to cut down the run at the plate. Middle infielders are trading the run for the out. And the pitch is outside for ball 3. Quevedo earlier today had a base hit and a run scored in the 5th, 1 for 4 overall. 3 balls, no strikes. Ball 4 loads up the bases, and that's a 3rd man that Sumter has walked in this opening inning. Macedon at the plate. Great glove work earlier today. At the plate, he had a 2-run double in the 3rd. He walked and scored in the 5th. Game 1's player of the game. He was happy to hear that. I told him between ball games. Gave me a nice little chuckle and a handshake. Bases loaded, nobody out, 1 run in, and the first pitch grounded into left field. That's going to score 1, possibly 2. Amlog will score. Sanchez, however, stops at 3rd, and a nice job by Farrell. He got on top of the ball in a hurry and kept the runners at 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So an RBI single for Macadon. Amlog scores. Eagles lead 2-0. Sanchez at 3rd and Quevedo at 2nd. Still nobody out for Michael Camacho. First pitch from Sumter is in the dirt, gets away, and a run will score. Well, actually a flip at the plate made it a lot closer than I expected. Sumter covering, unable to corral the ball though. Sanchez scores, Quevedo to 3rd, Macadon to 2nd, and a wild pitch charge to Sumter. Boy, McNeil pounced on that ball and nearly got the out at the plate. I got a little bit ahead of myself and almost ate some crow on that one. Well, Camacho still 2 men in scoring position, and the pitch is upstairs for ball 2. Michael earlier today had an RBI single in the 5th, 2 for 4. Now is a chance to drive in 2. 3-0 Eagles, still nobody out. And the pitch is upstairs, and it's 3 balls, no strikes. Last night, Trinity Baptist scored 7 times in the bottom of the 1st, then 6 more in the 6th, en route to a 16-4 win. 8-2 earlier today. Here's the 3-0, and the bases are loaded once again, and that is the 4th walk of the inning issued by Mario Sumter. Austin Lane Fry has swung a big bat in this series. RBI double in the 5th. Drove in a run last night as well. 5th inning of ball game earlier today is what I'm trying to say. Also walked, so 1 for 2 with an RBI in the opener this afternoon. Has the bases loaded, nobody out, and nowhere for Sumter to put him. And the pitch is a curveball that misses high, and that's hard to do with Austin Fry batting. He's well over 6 feet tall. Playing first base. And has a count of 1-0 and a breaking ball in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. Action up in the Tigers bullpen. Sumter's having a little trouble finding the zone, and Coach Adrian West heads out to the mound. Well, in case you missed game 1, Voorhees got 2 runs in the 1st, RBIs from Sumter and Goldsmith. Eagles came back with a run in the bottom half of the 1st without the benefit of a hit. Brian Lopez was hit by a pitch, stole a base, and ended up scoring. Trinity then got the 2-run double from Macadon in the 3rd. That put the Eagles ahead 3-2. They got 3 more in the 5th and 2 in the 6th, and Jacob Burr made it all hold up. 2 balls, no strikes. Fry digs back in. Sumter now from the stretch, and ball 3 is up and away. Three balls, no strikes. Again, nowhere to put him. Bases are loaded, and the pitch. Sumter took something off it, found the corner, and got the strike. 3-1, and the pitch is ball 4. And Fry is credited with an RBI on the bases loaded walk. Quevedo scores, Macadon to 3rd, Camacho to 2nd, and the Eagles lead 4-0. Mark Rogers has had himself a good series. He was co-player of the game last night. He and Brian Lopez shared the honor. 1 for 3 earlier today. Bases loaded, still nobody out, and the first pitch misses up and in. One ball, no strikes. Sumter will return to the windup. And this one misses high, and that is ball 2. And Sumter calling now for the coach to come out, Coach West. Let's hope he's all right. He has had trouble finding the plate. That one looked like it might have hurt. So 2 balls, no strikes, and Coach West heads out to the mound. We'll pause here. Number 1, let's hope Sumter's shoulder is okay, and we'll be back in just a moment on TBC Eagles. The new pitcher for the Tigers, wearing number 18, Donald Lauer IV, in relief of Mario Sumter. Lauer, 1 win, no losses, and a .450 ERA, according to the latest update on DAC stats. Lauer, a freshman who pitches and also plays first base. And Lauer hails from Somerville, South Carolina. That's the hometown of TBC Eagles volleyball player, now graduate, Caleb Bass. So Lauer taking over for Sumter, who's credited with no innings pitched, 4 runs all earned, and responsible for 3 men on base. This happened last night also, a pitching change mid-at-bat. So if ball 4 happens, that is charged to the original pitcher, Sumter. Everything else would be to the credit of Lauer. 2 balls, no strikes, and the pitch is in there for strike 1. So 2-1, Rogers at the plate, chance to drive in a couple, and he takes a good rip and fouls this one back. Might have pulled off that one just a bit. Little unusual delivery for Donald Lauer. Hides the ball pretty well. Here comes a 2-2. And a high fly ball into center, not very deep, but it is caught on the dive. McAdon not tagging, so he has to hold up. And that is Rodney Goldsmith, who made a run-saving catch. And that is out number 1. Excellent play by center fielder Rodney Goldsmith. We've seen players on both teams make spectacular defensive plays throughout this series. That's the first down of the inning, and here is Daniel Burnsed. Burnsed's first at-bat of the series, and it takes a strike. Lauer keeps the ball very well hidden, then comes from behind the right-handed hitter. Must be tough for the righties to pick up the ball. No balls and a strike, and the pitch is fouled off to the right side. Eagles have no left-handed hitters in the lineup. That would be a lot easier. Caleb Albritton unavailable for this series. No balls, 2 strikes. Lauer trying to work out of a very tough situation, and the pitch swung on and missed. An excellent change of pace. That is out number 1. Burnsed way out in front. And Kristen Draper started this rally with a walk. Came around to score the first of the 4 runs for the Eagles. And here is the pitch, a curved ball that is fouled off. No balls and a strike. Couple of youngsters nearby chasing that one down. Said this earlier today, they've gotten a lot of workout, a lot of exercise. So parents, bring your kids to the ballpark. Let them chase down the balls and keep them active. Hello to Miss Patty Heller, letting us know she's watching on the YouTube feed. Swing and a miss. After some off speed, that fastball looked even harder, and Draper's in a bind, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, and a pitch. Misses outside. Draper has made 2 plate appearances so far in this series. A hit batsman and a walk. Now at the plate, 1-2. Curveball, foul tip, held on, and that ends the inning. What a job by Donald Lauer IV. He inherits bases loaded, nobody out, and a 2-ball, no-strike count, and he gets a fly ball and 2 strikeouts to leave those bases loaded. But the Eagles do get 4 runs, 2 hits, 5 walks, and 3 men left, and after 1, it is TBC 4, Voorhees nothing. Eagles rallied for 4 in the first and lead 4-0. Hillier allowed an infield single in his first inning, but nothing else. Patience at the plate pays off for the Eagles in the bottom half. Kansas City leads Detroit 4-3 with the Tigers batting in the bottom of the 7th. The Mets lead Washington 3-1. The Nats are hitting in the top of the 7th. Cincinnati 4-2 over Pittsburgh in the 5th. And 3-1 Minnesota over Philadelphia in the 4th. Rodney Goldsmith, who made a diving catch in center, helped keep the Eagles from getting any further runs. He's at the plate and takes the first pitch outside. Goldsmith had 2 hits and an RBI earlier today. First at bat of game number 2. 1 ball, no strikes. Hillier delivers, misses low and outside. Seattle leads the White Sox 2-0 in the 4th, and St. Louis and San Diego are tied at 1 in the 3rd. High pop-up down the right field line. 2 men giving chase, and it is just over the fence. So 2 balls and a strike. Goldsmith has already flashed some leather, now trying to swing the aluminum. And here's the 2-1. High fly, well hit down the right field line. It's going to stay in play. A diving attempt by Draper. He comes up short, but especially considering the injury he's just coming back from, that was a terrific effort by the right fielder. Wind is gently blowing out towards left. It's been like that most of the afternoon. There are times that it has stopped blowing completely. Mid-80s, partly cloudy, a lot of sunshine. Here's the 2-2 from Hillier. Swung and missed, and he struck him out. That's number 1 for Hillier. Gets the first man leading off the 2nd inning, and here is Ocular James. Again, I hope I'm saying that name right. I've had to say it quite a bit, and my apologies if that is incorrect. James came in the 6th inning of game 1, reached on a fielder's choice in his only at-bat. So he's 0 for 1 in the series. Here's a pitch, high pop-up on the infield. Fry gets around the bag and makes the catch, and that's out number 2. So 2 outs, bases empty for Henry Adam Brower. He was 1 for 3 in game number 1. Caught trying to steal a base. At the plate with 2 outs, and the base is empty in the top of the 2nd. Eagles will have 2, 3, and 4 due up in the bottom half. Hillier's long, slow wind up, and the pitch is a curveball for a strike. Hillier's gotten ahead of most of the hitters so far, and here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, a blazing fastball after the curve, and he's up 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. And here's a pitch. Chopped up the middle. McAdon can't reach it this time, and that's a base hit for Brower. 2 out single. Second hit off Hillier for the Tigers. Well, Mack has played excellent defense today. That one was just out of his reach. Tried to make another highlight reel play. Tampa Bay is in San Francisco in about 45 minutes. Texas at LA Angels, Toronto at Cleveland, all late afternoon games. Give you the night games next chance we get. 2 outs, runner at first, and the pitch is in the dirt and blocked by Burnside. Yankees are in Baltimore tonight. Cubs at the Brewers. Brewers won 13-10 last night. My Cubs off to a rotten start. They're scoring a bunch of runs, but giving up even more. Oakland at Houston, Miami and Atlanta, and Boston at Arizona. This one misses inside. Harvey Smith getting his first at-bat of the series. First time we've seen him. He's ahead, 2 balls, no strikes. He's playing first base in place of Julio Santana. 143 on the season, and he takes strike 1 right down the middle. Smith 3 out of 21. He's driven in 3 runs in limited opportunity, so has a runner at first with 2 outs. Jesus Morel waiting on deck for his first at-bat of the series. It's 2-1, Hillier from the stretch. And the pitch is a little bit low. And now Smith is up 3-1. Eagles defense playing back. They have a force at either first or second, and the pitch swung on and missed, and Smith might have chased one down in the dirt. And the count is full. That means Brower will be off on the pitch with a full count and 2 outs. He's getting a good lead off first. Fry trying to keep him a little closer. There goes the runner, and the pitch misses low for ball 4. And Smith worked the walk, and the Tigers have 2 men on base with 2 outs. Here is Jesus Morel. This is the first time we've seen him. He is 2 for 20 on the season with 2 runs driven in. Both those hits doubles. He has 4 total bases. RBI opportunity for the right fielder. Fry not holding the runner at first. Rogers a little bit behind the runner at second. Gets back into position as strike 1 catches the inside corner. No balls and a strike. Hillier checks the runner. Rogers sneaks in behind, and Hillier steps off the mound. No balls and a strike. Another look back at the runner. Now the pitch. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. Hillier has gotten ahead of pretty much everybody. Smith, though, worked the walk after getting ahead 2-0 himself. And here is the 0-2. Slapped foul and out of play. Hillier struck out the first man of the inning, then got a pop-up, then a base hit by Brower, and a walk to Smith. Puts runners at first and second with 2 outs. No balls, 2 strikes, Hillier delivers. High drive down the right field line. Draper will not get there, but it's foul. So everybody will return to his position and we'll do it again. Nationals have scored a run in the 7th. Mets still lead 3-2. Another 0-2 pitch coming from Austin Hillier, and it's on the way, and a bouncer towards second. McAdon will go to first and retire the side. A hit, a walk, 2 men left. Bottom of the 2nd coming up. Eagles lead 4-0. Miss May Stanton letting us know again she's tuning in from Rockingham, North Carolina, cheering on the Voorhees Tigers. Thanks for checking us out all 3 times. Eagles lead 4-0 as they come to bat in the bottom of the 2nd. 2, 3, and 4 are due up. Christian Amlong, Carlos Sanchez, and David Cavedo. Eagles got 4 runs in the 1st. The first 4 batters all reached on a base hit and 3 walks, and they all came around to score. Sanchez and McAdon each had RBI singles.
Number 9,
Fry had a bases loaded walk, and another run scored on a wild pitch. Donald Lauer entered the inning with the bases loaded, nobody out, and a count of 2 balls, no strikes. Got a diving catch in center and then 2 punch-outs to get out of it without any further damage. Now his first pitch to Amlong misses outside for ball 1. That was a fantastic job by Lauer. Now this will be his first full inning of work, although he does get credit for a full inning pitched. And this one misses low, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. Amlong walked and scored his first time up, and here's the pitch, and he was taking all the way. That one caught the corner. So far, this new home plate umpire has been a little bit more generous on the corners to both pitchers. And it's 2-1. Ground ball hard towards short, fielded by Brower, throw to first, not in time. And Amlong will try to go to second. The ball bounces back, and the throw is not in time. Amlong slid around the tag. Now this is how it will go down. Amlong beat the throw to first. That will be a base hit. And then advances on the overthrow on the same play. That ball bounced right back to Smith off the fence, and Smith made a great throw, but Amlong with the slide away from the tag got his hand to the left side of the base, and he is safe. So a runner at second, nobody out for Carlos Sanchez. And here's the pitch of Sanchez, almost hit the batter and missed inside. Sanchez had an RBI single and a run scored. He scored on a wild pitch in the first. Here's the 1-0. Ground ball, that will advance the runner. And a throw to first is in time. Terrell Dent playing second base. And he gets the out at first On the play, Amlog advances. So 1 out. RBI situation for David Quevedo. He walked and scored in the first. That was run number 4. And that's the score up to date. DQ digs in and takes the first pitch on the outside corner. Amlog credited with an infield hit. He had the throw beaten and then advanced to second on the overthrow. He's now at third, and a balk is called on Lauer, and that will allow Amlog to score. And that's the third time this series the Eagles have scored a run from third on a balk. So 5-0 Eagles, and Quevedo at the plate. And this one misses upstairs, and the count is even at 1-1. The Eagles got 2 runs on balks in last night's ball game. So that's the third time this series they've had it happen. Here's the 1-1, and this one misses the batter way inside, and Quevedo ahead 2-1. Not happy with that last pitch, but he's ahead in the count. And Lauer with a 2-1 count, back on the rubber. And here's a pitch. Line drive in the gap. That is a base hit. Quevedo rounds first, on his way to second. The throw is late, and a 1-out double for David Quevedo. So Quevedo doubles his way aboard. He's just heading off to give up the batting gloves. He'll be right back on the bag, and here's Nick McAdon, who is 1 for 1 with an RBI. So Quevedo back on the bag, now takes his lead. Lauer from the stretch, and the pitch. Inside, and a ball gets away, and Quevedo goes to third, but on a late call, the umpire says the ball hit the batter. Didn't look like it changed trajectory, so I thought it hit off the catcher, but the Eagles now have 2 men aboard. First hit batter of the game for any pitcher. Smith will not hold the runner, so McAdon will be able to get a very big lead. DQ on second, Big Mac on first. Camacho at the plate. He walked his first time up, and here's the pitch, taken inside for ball 1. Smith not only letting McAdon get the lead, but giving up the first baseline. 1 ball, no strikes. And a changeup, and a nice pitch by Lauer for strike 1. One ball, 1 strike. And Camacho swings and lines it right back to the pitcher. He checks both base runners, has no play, but he gets out number 2.
Number 14, Lane Fry.
Lane Fry walked in the first, that with the bases loaded, so he has an RBI to his credit. 3rd of the season. 2 on, 2 out. And Lauer steps off. Eagles looking for the sweep of today's doubleheader and the 3-game series. They have won 5 out of 6 overall against the Tigers, and this changeup misses low and outside. One ball, no strikes. And the fastball catches the inside corner and evens the count at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. Outside, however, DQ takes off for third. Now we have a runner caught between first and second. McAdon gets back, and that will be a stolen base for David Cavedo. A delayed steal when he saw McNeil have to dive to catch the pitch. He took off for third. McAdon able to get back at first, so runners at the corners. Fry at the plate, 2 balls and a strike, and the pitch is fouled off. Fry has a chance to drive in a run, but there are 2 outs. Eagles lead 5-0. Bottom of the second. Count of 2-2 on Fry. And Lauer delivers. Line drive, foul down the right side. Coach Shiver had to duck underneath that one, and he's going to retrieve it. And when we resume, it'll still be 2-2. McAdon leads. Here's the pitch. Outside. Throw down to first. And the runner's back. And Cavedo took a few steps toward home. And everybody's back at first and third. Payoff pitch. McAdon will be going once Lauer makes his move toward the plate. There goes the runner. And ball 4 misses outside. McAdon had stopped, but now he heads down to second. And the bases are loaded with 2 out. Mark Rogers, he was the victim of that diving catch by Rodney Goldsmith in shallow left center when Lauer came in mid-at-bat. So 0 for 1 at the plate once again, as he was first time up with the bases loaded. This time 2 outs. And the pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Smith not holding the runner at first. Tigers just need to get an out any of the 4 bases. And here's a pitch. Curved ball that misses low, and the count is even at 1-1. A lot of umbrellas out, but not because of the rain. It's because of the bright sunshine. Here's the 1-1, and this one's low and inside. It looks like the rain's going to hold off. All week long, the forecast called for the wet stuff throughout the afternoon, but the weatherman's been very cooperative all throughout the season. Here's the 2-1. Misses up high, and now Rogers way ahead, 3 balls and a strike. I remember when Voorhees came here last year, we just did get the first game in on the live stream, and then the skies opened up. We were unable to do game 2. Here's a 3-1. High pop up over near the bleachers and out of play. So now with the count 3-2 with 2 outs and the bases loaded, everybody will be on the move. DQ gets way out into foul territory. There go the runners, and this one's fouled off, and DQ probably wants to get a little further into foul territory because that ball nearly hit him, even though he was way back away from the line. It's Cavedo at third, McAdon at second, and Fry at first. Nobody being held on, so they'll get a couple of extra steps, and they'll be off. And there they go, and the pitch on the way outside for ball 4. That's run number 2 of the inning. Credit Rogers with an RBI. Cavedo scores, McAdon to third, Fry to second. Eagles lead 6-0. Burnset at the plate, takes the first pitch fastball. Lauer got Burnset on a beautiful changeup. That was the first of 2 straight strikeouts that ended that big first inning for the Eagles. Swing and a miss. Same type of pitch that got him earlier, and the count is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. In the dirt and blocked by McNeil.
Let's say big picture. Here we go, baby. Let's go get it. Get him out here. Let's go in. Come on, baby. Break that pretty neck glove.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch is a curveball that misses inside, and Burnside didn't even flinch on the ball right at him, and it broke away and just missed hitting the batter. 2-2, and Lauer wants to do it here and not put the runners in motion on a payoff pitch. Here's a 2-2, and this one fouled off, and this one right over the bleachers. And again, Voorhees brought a really nice following down from Denmark. And they've had a couple of balls land right in the middle of their bleachers and their picnic chairs and umbrellas. Fortunately, nobody's been hit. Another 2-2 on the way from Donald Lauer. Here's the pitch, and this one hits the batter, and that's going to force home another run. So Burnside gets an RBI. Eagles lead this one 7-0. Burnside to first, Rogers to second, Fry to third, Macadon scores. And up now once again is Christian Draper. He has a walk, a run scored, and a strikeout. 2 outs, bases loaded. And Lauer delivers, and this one is low and outside. Got away from McNeil, but not far enough. One ball, no strikes. This one nearly hit the batter, but it's 2-0.
You in the catcher, play for catch. You in the catcher.
2 balls, no strikes. Draper digs in, Lauer comes set and delivers and misses downstairs for ball 3. Tigers now lead the Royals 7-4, that game in the 8th. Nats have tied up the Mets 3-3, also in the 8th. Strike 1, Draper taking all the way. Cincinnati 4, Pittsburgh 3 in the 6th. Minnesota over Philadelphia 3-1 in the 6th. Cardinals and Padres tied at 1 in the 4th. Seattle leads the White Sox 4-1. Line drive, base hit, will score 1. Another man around third, racing for the plate. The throw is not in time. 2-run single for Christian Draper, and it is 9-0. Jordan Broden, who ran for Burnside, stops at second. Fry and Rogers both score. And a 5-run second inning for the Eagles. Kristen Amlog has 2 on with 2 out. He has scored twice. Walk and a single got him on base. And he takes the first pitch up high. 10th man of the inning for the second straight inning for the Eagles. And the 1-0 high fly ball, shallow left field, should end the inning. Farrell is there and he makes the catch, and that retires a side. Eagles get 5 runs and after 2 lead 9-0. We go to the third, and the Eagles lead 9-0, and Austin Hillier, in 2 innings of work, has allowed 2 hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout, a 4-run first and a 5-run second for the Eagles. And due up is the top of the order, Dent, Sumter, and Farrell. Terrell Dent led off the ball game with a ground ball to second. Hillier's first pitch of the third is high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch. This one misses outside for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Hillier delivers and checks swing, and went a little too far. Two-one pitch. Hillier takes a long look in. Now winds and delivers. Fouled straight back, and the count is even at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball towards first. Fry will drop to his knees, make the play unassisted for out number 1. So Hillier gets the leadoff man in the third. Here's Mario Sumter, 0 for 1, a pop-up to the shortstop. Sumter started on the mound, and we explained why he's listed as both pitcher and DH. That allows him to come to the plate now, even though he's no longer pitching. First pitch from Hillier. Misses upstairs. So ball and no strikes. And the pitch. Line drive towards left center. That is over the head of Sanchez. Sumter can run. He is around second. Puts on the brakes. With his team trailing by 9, he didn't want to take an extra chance, but that was a laced double into left center. And the Tigers have a runner at second with 1 out.
Number 7, Eugene Farrell.
Sumter had a base hit earlier today, a couple of hits last night, so he swung the bat pretty well. Eugene Farrell got an infield hit on a bunt, actually, in the first inning. Runner at second, 1 out. And a pitch from Hillier. Dropped down, a bunt, popped it up. Camacho will throw to first, not in time, and another bunt single by Eugene Farrell. And now runners are at the corners as Sumter takes third. So the Tigers fans, even though their team is down by 9, not giving up, cheering on the players on the field. Always like to see that, give them encouragement no matter what the score. Like to see that at all levels. 2 on, 1 out. Jamezy McNeil at the plate. Ground ball to the shortstop, his first time up. First pitch, chopper towards short. Rogers will go to second for 1. Macedon's relay throw to first is in time, and that's a 6-4-3 double play. And that retires a side. A double and a bunt single, then the double play means 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the third with the Eagles leading 9-0. Eagles coming to bat in the bottom of the third, and there's a new catcher behind the plate. McNeil came out to warm up Lauer without the gear on. And then Christopher Rivers has come out to take his place. So Rivers will be the new catcher for Lauer. And the Eagles will have Sanchez, Quevedo, and Macedon due up to start the bottom of the third. So this is the first look at Christopher Rivers that we've gotten in this series. He takes over as the Eagles come to bat in the bottom of the third. McNeil slowed down on that double play ground ball, and he's come out of the game. Hope he's all right, and Sanchez steps in. 4 runs in the first, 5 in the second. Lauer's first pitch. Line drive, 1 hopper towards short. Dug out by Brower, and the throw is in time, but pulls Smith off the bag. Smith reached back to try to get the bag, but the umpire says that came a little too late. That's going to be an error on the shortstop. So the leadoff hitter aboard for David Quevedo, who's had a pretty good day already. A walk, a double, a steal, and 2 runs scored. Sanchez hustling. Finds himself at first. Nobody out. Lauer steps off. Tigers fans unhappy with the call. They thought Smith got back to the bag in time. The umpire said no. And the fastball misses up high. And Quevedo's up 1-0. Lauer looks in, checks his runner. And a pitch gets away from the catcher, and Sanchez will trot into second. That'll be a pass ball charged to the new catcher, Christopher Rivers. Hello to Kaylin Fry, mother of Austin Lane Fry, the Eagles' first baseman, letting us know she's enjoying these live feeds. Thanks for letting us know. 1 ball, no strikes. Check that, 2-0, and the pitch grounded toward the hole. Brower fields, throws, and not in time, and that's a base hit for DQ. Sanchez advances to third on the play. Nick Macedon is at the plate. Mr. Donald Lauer, I'm assuming you're cheering on David on the mound. Eagles have runners at the corners with nobody out. Talked about Austin from Eagle Lake, Florida. It's really swung the bat well in this series. Macedon takes the first pitch low. DQ started to head towards second, put on the brakes. Mac takes a look down at Coach Copeland, gets his signals, and he's ready with a count of 1 ball and no strikes. Throw over to first, runner back, and Sanchez not doing much over at third. Quevedo, a pretty good lead off first. RBI opportunity for Macedon. Here's the pitch. Hot shot into left field. That'll bring home a run. Quevedo around second on his way to third. The ball gets away from the left fielder, and that means Quevedo is able to continue on to score, and the Eagles lead 11-0.
Number 21.
Macedon has an RBI double. 1 run batted in, as Quevedo had to pull up at third and then come all the way around on the error in left. So credit Macedon with 1 RBI. Michael Camacho at the plate. And here is the pitch, and this was swung on and fouled off. I'll probably look at the video and check on Cavedo, see if he had stopped at third or if he kept on running, because that would determine 1 or 2 RBIs for Macedon. I have to do that later on as I prepare for the recap. Put that up on TBCEagles.com. And here is the pitch. Camacho held up, and it's 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike.
Camacho, Camacho.
Camacho digs in, he's ready, and the pitch in the dirt, gets away, and Macedon will move into third. That'll be a wild pitch charge to Lauer. 2 balls and a strike. Lauer is ready. Here comes the 2-1. This one's in the dirt, and Macedon will trot on home. He scores on the wild pitch. So now the base is empty, nobody out for Camacho. Everybody ready? Camacho ahead, 3 balls and a strike. Nationals have taken a 5-3 lead. It's now 5-4 over the Mets. Grounded foul down the left side, and the count is full. Three balls, 2 strikes. Tigers lead the Royals 7-4 in the 8th. Pittsburgh 5, Cincinnati 4 in the 7th. Three balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. High pop up and out of play. Minnesota leads Philadelphia 3-2. That game in the top of the 7th in Philly. Mariners 7-1 over the White Sox in the 5th. Pirates and Cardinals still tied at 1. That game is in the 5th inning. Here's a 3-2 and a high pop-up. This one will also get out of play. Texas and the Angels in warm-up time. They'll be starting very soon. Rays are at the Giants, just about ready to begin as well. Another payoff pitch from Lauer. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Camacho had started toward first. He'll turn around, and that is out number 1. That is strikeout number 3 for Donald Lauer. Brings up Fry. He has walked twice, driven in a run one of those times, and ended up scoring the second time. First pitch right down the middle for strike 1. A lot of room in right center. Fry's gone that way a few times in the last few ball games. Here's the 0-1. Hits this one down the left side. Got a chance to drop fair. It does. That's a base hit for Fry. Fry didn't notice the ball got a little further away, and now the overthrow is knocked down by Smith. And Fry holds up at first base.
Number 11, Mark Rogers.
So credit Fry with a base hit. Third time on base in this ball game, and Mark Rogers comes to the plate. Runner at first, one man out. Rogers, a bases loaded walk his last time up. This one misses outside for ball one. One ball, no strikes. Here's a pitch. This one misses low and away. That's ball two. Two balls, no strikes. Indians and Blue Jays also getting ready to begin. Line drive towards right. That's going to be caught on the run by Morrow. And that is out number two. Rogers hit it hard.
Number 18, Daniel Burns.
Morrell made a really nice running catch. Two down. Fry stands at first. Daniel Burnsed was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. Credits him with an RBI. That came last time up, so he is 0 for 1 officially. First pitch to Burnsed, misses low, gets away from the catcher, and Fry will head on to second. That'll be a pass ball, charge to Rivers. Runner at second, 2 outs and a count of 1 ball and no strikes. So 1-2. Or 1-0 and 2 outs, what I meant to say. And the pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside. Burnsed has a chance to drive in a run. Fry not being held close, getting a huge lead off second. Here's a 2-0. High fly ball, very well hit toward the gap. It is way back and it will one-hop the fence. Fry will score. Burnsed pulls into second with an RBI double.
Number 13,
Look for a moment, that ball had a chance to leave the yard. It short hopped the fence. And another big inning for the Eagles here in the third. Kristen Draper, the leadoff man, has a runner at second. Jordan Broden taking over for Burnsed. He's been a busy man. Almodovar got on base 5 times last night, earlier today, and now twice on the base pass for Daniel Burnsed. One ball, no strikes. Draper had a 2-run single his last time up. And here is the pitch, and this one is downstairs. That is 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. And a pitch on the way, down the third baseline and foul. That was so close, I had to wait for the call from the umpire. So 2 balls and a strike on Draper. Macedon is credited with 2 runs batted in on that double earlier this inning. Here's a 2-1, and this one is outside for ball 3. Quevedo had been running the entire way, so the bobble in left did not affect the play. So Macedon now with 3 ribbies here in game number 2. 3 balls and a strike. And the pitch. This one is in the dirt. Ball 4. Broden will take off for third. Takes a big turn around third. Draper did the same at first. He is aboard with 2 out. Christian Amlog will be the next hitter, but looks like we're going to have a pitching change. Lauer heads off, and a new man coming to the mound. This is Nicholas Wiggins, who will take over, and we'll be back in just a minute here on TBC Eagles on YouTube. Nicholas Wiggins now on the mound for the Tigers, facing Christian Amlong. Runners at the corners, 2 outs, and the first pitch misses up and away. Amlong has walked, gotten a base hit, scored both times. Last time up, flew out to center. Here's a 1-0, and it's in there for a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Wiggins from the stretch delivers, and this one is in the dirt, and Broden will score. Draper on his way to second. That is the 5th run of the inning for the Eagles. And another man in scoring position for Amlong. Here's a 2-1, and it misses up high for ball 3. Three balls and a strike. And Wiggins delivers. Strike 2 called on the inside corner. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And here's the payoff pitch from Wiggins. Ball 4 puts a runner aboard. And it brings up Carlos Sanchez.
Number 24, Carlos Sanchez.
Eagles have batted around for the 3rd consecutive inning. Sanchez has 2 on, 2 out. Last time up, he reached on an error. And this one is fouled off. M. Long, the runner at first. Christian Draper at second. 2 outs, no balls, and a strike. High pop up into right field. That should be caught by Morrell, and he puts it away to end the inning. Eagles get 5, and after 3, lead it 14-0. Top of the 4th coming up, Rodney Goldsmith, Aguilar James, and Henry Adam Brower are the scheduled hitters for the Tigers. Ryan Brooks has entered the game in left field. Carlos Sanchez has come out. Christian Draper and Christian Amlog have switched places. Draper now in center, Amlog in right. I do not see any other changes. Austin Hillier still on the mound, getting ready to start inning number 4, which is underway with a fastball that misses up high. Hillier got Goldsmith on strikes in the 2nd. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch is on the corner for strike 1. There were a couple of Eagles throwing a moment ago, nobody at the moment. Here's the 1-1. And this one misses high for ball 2. Brooks playing back deep in left. Draper shallow in center. Amlog about mid-range and right as ball 3 misses away. So 3 balls and a strike. And Hillier delivers. Ground ball up the middle into center field for a hit. And Goldsmith is aboard, leading off the top of the 4th. Hit number 3 allowed by Hillier. And James heads up to the plate. He popped up to the first baseman Fry his first time up. So runner at first, nobody out. James at the plate. And here is the pitch. That misses up high. Mets have retaken the lead over the Nationals. It's 6-5 in the bottom of the 8th. 1 ball, no strikes, and this one misses away. Tigers 7-4 over Kansas City. That ball game in the bottom of the 8th. Reds and Pirates tied at 5. Pirates about to bat in the bottom of the 8th. Here's a 2-0. And this one is in there for a strike. Twins lead Philadelphia 3-2. Phillies coming up in the bottom of the 8th as well. A 2-1 line drive. Rogers makes the catch. Looks back toward first. Does not have a play, but Rogers went down to his knees and robbed James of a base hit. So 1 out for the shortstop, Henry Adam Brower. James hit that ball hard, but right at Rogers, had to move a little bit, not a lot. Dropped to his knees as the ball started to sink away from him, and he made the catch. In the Eagles bullpen now. Again, can't see who that is. Obstructed view. Hillier, no balls and a strike, delivers, and in the dirt, blocked by Burnside. It's 1-1. Seattle's all over the White Sox, 7-1 into 6. Runner goes before the pitch, and this ball's thrown into center field. Now Goldsmith had stopped and started going back towards first. He's still going to be credited with a stolen base. So a runner at second with 1 man out. And the pitch is in the dirt, and again blocked by Burnside. Two balls and a strike. And Hillier delivers and misses low. Cardinals now lead the Padres 3-1 in the 6th. Little equipment adjusting out there at second base. Ricky Hurd has taken over as the runner. And here is Hillier with the 3-1. And it's in there for a strike. I might have missed if Hurd came up and got that base hit to start the inning. Again, I'm writing things down. Sometimes changes happen and they don't always tell us. Here's a 3-2. High fly ball, very well hit towards left center. That's going to get over everybody. Hurd will round third. He will score. And Brower has himself an RBI double. Brower put a charge into that one.
Number 16.
Hurd came all the way around, and it is 14-1. Hello to Miss April Smith once again, letting us know she's watching the YouTube feed. Hillier delivers, and this one misses low for ball 1. 4th hit for the Tigers. And again, Brower really smoked it. 1 ball, no strikes. And a chopper towards McAdon at second. He'll go to first. He'll get the out. And a runner advances into third. 2 down. Brower to third. 4-3 on the putout. And Jesus Morel at the plate. He also bounced one to McAdon. His first time up. That ended the 2nd inning. 2 outs, runner at third, 1 run is in. And here is the pitch, and this one is in the dirt, but Burnside again gets his body in front of the ball. And the Eagles fans cheering on their players on the field. We've had some good fan interaction here in this series. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch. Misses down low, and it's 2-0. Eagles defense just looking to get the out, not worried about the runner at third. Strike called on the outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike. Dent, the leadoff man, waits on deck. Hillier delivers, and a chopper toward the hole. Snared by Camacho. Throw to first, in time, inning over. Camacho fielded the short hop and made a good throw across the diamond and got Morrell at first. 1 run on 2 hits, the RBI double for Henry Adam Brower. We go to the bottom of the 4th. The Eagles lead at 14-1. Bottom of the 4th, the Eagles have a big lead with DQ, Big Mac, and Macho Camacho due up. Hitters 3, 4, and 5. Quevedo, Macedon, and Camacho. And there's going to be a pinch hitter for David Quevedo heading to the plate, a freshman from right here in Jacksonville, wearing number 17, a first baseman by the name of R.J. Falco, Richard Falco Jr. I know his father, RJ, played Little League ball with my son Dean. He's played a lot on the JV squad for the Eagles, getting his first at-bat. And he is facing Wiggins, leading off the bottom of the 4th. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. No balls and a strike. Falco at the plate. And here is the 0-1, and this one just missed hitting the batter, and Falco's able to duck out of the way. So R.J. Falco at the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. And here comes the pitch. Strike 2 called on the outside corner. One ball, 2 strikes, and a pitch. Swing and a miss, and Falco's down on strikes. Gets a nice hand from the crowd regardless. That is a terrific young man. I've known him for quite a while. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and brag. I was one of the big men who brought R.J. Falco to Trinity Baptist College. He played his high school ball at Duval Charter here in Jacksonville, played against Trinity Christian Academy because they're district opponents. And I know R.J.'s father pretty well, former neighbor of mine actually, and we're able to talk to R.J. and Coach Copeland, and R.J. is now an Eagle. Here's the first pitch outside to Macedon, who has driven in 3 runs. RBI single in the 1st, 2-run double in the 3rd. He has also scored twice. 2 for 2 is also hit by a pitch. Here's the 1-0, and this one's strike called on the outside corner. So we'll see if Falco gets a chance at first base, but the way Fry is playing, you know, Austin Lane Fry is having a terrific series. Here's a pitch upstairs, 2 balls and a strike. And a pitch from Wiggins, catches the inside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Macedon has had himself a really nice afternoon. Last night as well, very good series for Mac. This one is fouled off, Mac drove in 2 and scored 3 last night. He's already driven in 3 and scored 2 in game 2, and earlier today drove in 2 and scored 1. Might as well go ahead and name Nick Macadon Series MVP. Here's the 2-2. This one, curveball that misses inside, and the count is full. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, base is empty. And Wiggins winds and delivers, and this one is in the dirt, and Mac is aboard. Camacho steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Walked in the first, called on strikes last time up. Macadon at first, 1 out. Wiggins with the high leg kick and delivers a fastball up and in, high and tight, and that's ball 1. Two finals in the majors, I'll tell you about in just a moment. Here's the 1-0 from Wiggins. This one hits the batter, and Camacho will be aboard. Detroit has beaten Kansas City 7-4, and the Mets over Washington 6-5. Those games now final. Pinch hitter now for the Eagles. Batting in the place of Austin Fry will be Will Van Sickle, last night's winning pitcher on the mound with 6 quality innings. Got himself a quality start and the win, and lines the first pitch into left field. That is a base hit. Here's Macadon around third. He will score, and Will Van Sickle has himself an RBI single. Didn't even get a chance to write his name down in the scorebook. He hit the first pitch into left. Camacho stops at second, and the Eagles' lead is back up to 14. Jordan Broden now getting an opportunity to swing the bat. He's been on the base paths a lot as a courtesy runner this series. First plate appearance, and he takes ball 1 outside. Two on, 1 out. Broden at the plate, and the pitch. And it's in there for a strike. I enjoy watching Jordan on the mound. I like the way he changes speeds and arm angles, has a variety of pitches. Now a chance to swing the bat. Here's the 1-1 and misses low for ball 2. Reds and Pirates tied at 5. Pirates coming up with a chance to walk it off in the bottom of the 9th. 2 balls and a strike to Broden. And the pitch misses away for ball 3. Three and 1. Camacho at second. Van Sickle at first. 3-1 on the way. Swing and a miss, and the count is full. Twins lead the Phillies 3-2. Phillies have the bases loaded, but 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Here's a payoff pitch. Swung on and missed, and that is out number 2.
Number 18, Daniel Burnside.
Burnside at the plate. Had himself a ribby double his last time up and ended up scoring a run. Broden batted for Mark Rogers. And we'll see the defensive alignment the Eagles put out in the 5th. Here's a pitch from Wiggins. Misses up and away. Phillies did not score. Now trail 3-2. Minnesota coming to bat in the top of the 9th. The 1-0, line drive toward the gap. That is going to be a base hit. Here's Camacho around third. He will score. Van Sickle pulls into third. And Burnside has his second double of the ball game, and both have driven in a run.
Number 13, Christian Draper.
16-1 in favor of the Eagles. And Kristen Draper back at the plate for the 5th time. Second and third, 2 out. And the pitch is chopped foul. No balls and a strike. Mariners now lead the White Sox 8-1 in the 7th. Here's the 0-1, swung on and missed. Cardinals 3-1 over the Padres in the 6th. Rangers and Angels, no score in the 1st. Tampa Bay has already scored in San Francisco, 1-0 in the 2nd. Here's the 0-2. High pop foul over our heads and out of play. Indians lead the Blue Jays 1-0 in the 2nd. Later tonight, Yankees in Baltimore, Cubs in Milwaukee, Oakland and the Astros. Marlins are in Atlanta, Red Sox in Arizona. Here's the 0-2. Up and away, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two runs in the inning. The Eagles have scored multiple runs in all 4 innings. Here's the pitch. Low and inside, and the count is even at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. And Wiggins winds and delivers. Swung on and missed. Ball in the dirt. Throw down to first will be in time. So Rivers records the out, 2-3 on the final putout. Eagles get 2 more in the 5th, and after 5 lead it 16-1. Brandon Dean takes over on the mound for Trinity Baptist College, who lead it 16-1. Austin Hiller in a 7-inning game. He went 4 innings, good enough to qualify for the win. 4 hits, 1 run, it is earned, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. So Austin Hiller stands to be the winner. Brandon Dean now on in the 5th. Fry has returned to first base. And I'm looking around to see about any other changes. Rogers back in at short. Van Sickle batted for Fry, Broden for Rogers, and Falco for Cavedo, but that's in the DH position. Here is Terrell Dent. He is 0 for 2. So Ryan Brooks is in left. Kristen Draper in center, Kristen Amlog in right, and the original infield back on for the Eagles. Burnside still behind the plate. Brandon Dean getting ready to throw his first pitch. Fastball that misses low for ball 1. One ball, no strikes, and a fastball misses low for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Dean delivers and misses high for ball 3. .30 pitch to Dent. And Dent draws the leadoff walk here in the 5th. Mario Sumter steps up to the plate. He is 1 for 2, a double to left his last time up, and he drilled a low line drive into the gap. So a runner at first, nobody out. Everybody ready. And Dean will work from the stretch. He checks the runner over his right shoulder, and the pitch gets away from Burnside. And Dent will head into second. That'll be a pass ball on the catcher. One ball, no strikes. Pitch missed inside. And the 1-0 misses up and away. 2 balls, no strikes. And here is the 2-0. And a strike call in the outside corner. A little bit late of a call, but it's 2-1. Two balls and a strike, and the pitch misses upstairs, ball 3. Three balls and a strike. Dean from the stretch. Checks the runner at second and delivers. Strike call on the outside corner. Or was it? Yes, it was. Sumter must have thought the umpire said ball 4. He started to go down to first. Returns to the box with a full count. And a payoff pitch. This one is ball 4 as it misses outside. 2 consecutive walks to start the inning, and Coach John Shiver heads out to talk to Dean. Eugene Farrell has bunted his way aboard both times so far today, both times toward the third baseman Camacho. And Camacho on each time did all he could, but the speed of Farrell got himself a couple of knocks. He has 2 men in, well, not in scoring position, but on base after the 2 walks to open up the inning. Dent the runner at second, Sumter at first, Farrell at the plate. And a pitch from Dean, a bunt attempt is popped up and caught in foul territory by the catcher Daniel Burnside. Infield fly would have been in effect if that ball had stayed fair, but the Eagles get the out either way. 1 out, runners remain at first and second. Christopher Rivers came in defensively in the bottom of the 3rd. First opportunity to swing the bat. First pitch up and over his head for ball 1. Dean throwing hard. And that one was high and tight. Swung on and missed, and the count is even at 1-1. Chris Rivers hitting .250 on the season. Has a runner in scoring position and a chance to drive home a run. Here's the 1-1 that misses up high for ball 2. Brandon Dean, freshman from Colquitt County High School in Georgia. The TCA Conquerors football team is going up there this coming fall to play against one of the best teams in the entire state of Georgia. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Colquitt County High School over in the Valdosta area. Here's a 2-2 and a high pop-up. Infield fly will be in effect with 1 out. Rogers camps under it and makes the catch for out number 2. Berlin Dormany has coached the Conquerors for 28 years, and he, after getting moved down to Class 3A, has put together what Jacksonville media have called a ridiculous schedule, and I'm talking ridiculously hard. They are playing perennial state championship contenders in every game on the schedule. 1 ball, no strikes. That includes Colquitt County in Georgia. Dean delivers a fastball upstairs for ball 2. So Coach Dormany will begin his 29th season as the Trinity Christian Academy football head coach. He's also the athletic director of TCA. Here's a 2-0, and this one misses low and outside for ball 3. Dean is throwing hard, but having trouble finding the zone. He's walked 2 in the inning, then got a couple of pop-ups. 3 balls, no strikes. Ricky Hurd draws ball 4. So Hurd on base for the 2nd time today. He singled and scored in the 4th.
Number 8, Fuller James.
And the bases are loaded for Aquilar James. Hard line drive right at the shortstop Rogers his last time up. Sacks are full. All 3 drew a walk. Dean delivers, and this one is low. One ball, no strikes. And this fastball is right down the middle for strike 1. Wish I had a radar gun on Brandon Dean. I'd like to see how hard he's throwing. I'm guessing he's somewhere around 90. Here's the 1-1, and this one ripped foul toward the Eagles dugout. And 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dean takes his time, now delivers the 1-2, a breaking ball, and this one is in the dirt. Might have gotten a piece of the umpire. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Burnside will trot on out to the mound. We talked about this a little while ago earlier today. Catcher and umpire will do that for each other. Umpire says all's good. Burnside returns back behind the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dean wants to get it done here and not let the runners get in motion on a 3-2 pitch. Here comes the 2-2. And a ground ball into left field. That's a base hit for James. 1 run will score. And everybody moves up 90 feet. RBI single for Aquilar James. Dent scores. Sumter to 3rd. And Ricky Hurd aboard at 2nd.
Number 2, Henry Adam Brower.
Henry Adam Brower had an RBI double his last time up. He is 2 for 2. Has a Tiger at every base with 2 outs. Pitch from Dean. This one misses outside for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Dean delivers and a pop-up. This one is out of play. Brower gave that one a rip. He was trying to do some major league damage, and the Eagles fans having a little fun with him. All good-natured. Brower gave him back a smile. Back in the box with a count of 1-1, and this one misses upstairs. Two balls and a strike. 1 run is in. And here's the pitch. Line drive, base hit into left. 1 run will score. Another man will stop at 3rd. And 2 runs in on consecutive RBI singles into left from James and Brower. 16-3 in favor of the Eagles.
Number 16, Harvey Smith.
Harvey Smith is 0 for 1. He walked and grounded out to 2nd. Dent and Sumter have scored the bulk of the runs for the Tigers in this series. They both have come in here in the 5th after drawing walks to lead off the inning. First pitch misses high. Ricky Hurd is at 3rd. James now at 2nd. Brower at 1st after his base hit. This one downstairs in the dirt, and it's 2-0. Dean getting some shouts of encouragement from the bleachers. 2 balls, no strikes. And this one misses downstairs, and it's 3-0. Hello to JD616. Watching from Minneapolis. TBC men's basketball coaching staff about to watch the Final Four in person. Here's a 3-0, and this one is in there for a strike. JDJ616. John D. Jones, that must be. He is the head coach of Eagles basketball and the athletic director, as ball 4 misses inside. Smith has an RBI. That's the 4th walk of the inning. 3 runs are in, and it is 16-4. James to 3rd, Brower to 2nd, Smith aboard. And Coach Copeland makes the walk out to the mound. That usually indicates a pitching change. Again, Dean having trouble finding the zone. He has walked 4 men in the inning and given up a couple of base hits. There are 2 outs, and that is going to be all for Brandon Dean. So we'll see who the new pitcher is in just a moment, and we'll be right back here on TBC Eagles. Well, Brandon Dean, 3 runs in, and he's still responsible for the 3 men on base. And Coach Jones and the coaching staff at the Final Four. Coach Gil Morales brought the varsity baseball team to Las Vegas. Dean and I are here doing the ball games all week long. So, Coach, we're going to have to work something on out here. Buster Herrera, Robert Herrera Jr., known as Buster, getting a big ovation from the fans as he takes the mound. 3 runs have scored. The Eagles still lead at 16-4. And the first man that Buster will face is Jesus Morel. Aquilar James is at 3rd. Henry Adam Brower is at 2nd, and Harvey Smith, the runner, at 1st. So Herrera finishes his warm-up tosses. There are 2 outs. Morel is 0 for 2. He has grounded out twice, once to 2nd, once to 3rd. Kristen Draper very shallow in center field. And Herrera steps off and is now ready. Got to say hello to Mr. Robert Herrera, Buster's father, in between ball games. Enjoyed chatting with him. And the first pitch is foul tipped. No balls and a strike. Both Robert Sr. and Robert Jr. very glad to be part of Trinity Baptist College baseball. Here's the 0-1, swung on and missed on a terrific straight change. That ball dopped out of sight. For Herrera, this is appearance number 5. 2 strikes, and the pitch misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Come on, Buster, let's get this man. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and miss on a curveball, and Buster retires the side. Listen to the crowd. He's a fan favorite. Gets that kind of ovation every time he steps onto the mound. That is a delightful young man. Robert Herrera Jr., a freshman from Inspiration Academy here in Jacksonville. His father made it up from Fort Myers this morning. Got a chance to see his son pitch and pick up the strikeout. And because of the score, that looks like that might be the ball game. Both teams are meeting and the umpires are walking off the field. So the final score, 16-4 in favor of the Eagles. The winning pitcher, Austin Hillier, 4 innings, 1 run, it was earned, 4 hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. And we are going to call Austin Hillier Game 2's Player of the Game. David Quevedo, also of note, scored 3 times, had himself a double and a stolen base, 2 hits, and a walk. So David Quevedo, the offensive player of the game, but there were many players of note here in this entire series for the TBC Eagles. Well, we want to thank everybody for checking us out online, and a very good crowd coming down from Denmark, South Carolina, joining us in attendance. Dean Bureau, the cameraman, Coach John Copeland and his assistants of the Eagles baseball, Coach John D. Jones. Enjoy that Final Four. And we'll see you back here next Friday night as the Eagles play Toccoa Falls on both YouTube and FM 91.7 The Truth. I'm Ray Bureau. Good night and God bless you from Trinity Baptist College.